Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 0, another game 3, in fact, on the bounce without victory now for Arsenal. They fail again. Arteta's poor run continues. Thomas Partey also looks like he's picked up that thigh injury again. No word yet of how long he may be out for, but not a great afternoon or start to the weekend for Arsenal at all. Back-to-back defeats, a very average performance indeed. We're going to be opening up the StreamYard lines in a few moments for you. The panel are waiting backstage to come on and hear what you've got to say and, of course, express their feelings to you. Igal, Kesh, Adam, Elite KJ are the panel today. You'll be able to get your phone calls in, but overtly not a great day in the office for Arsenal whatsoever. But I want to ask a question. I see it trending throughout the course of the game. Arsenal fans feeling hard done by again with the referees. There was a situation where Saka looked like he was about to go through on goal. He was brought down by a Konsa, and everybody's screaming last man. Everybody's screaming denied an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. He should have seen red. He made no attempt for the ball. We had a man sent off in the week. I want your views and I want your opinions of that. As far as the law is concerned, as far as what I've read, nothing was untoward here. As you can see, denying a goal-scoring opportunity or an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, the only time it's a clear red is when the misdemeanor happens inside the box as opposed to on their way to goal. And you always have to consider the distance between the offense and the goal. This was practically the halfway line. But there are a lot of gooners out there that feel they're being mistreated by the FA, mistreated by the referees, and they not getting a fair rub of the green. So Arsenal fans, how are you feeling? In relation to your performance, I want to hear from you as well, because you had a really good run. You were looking like you were back on track, and that's 3 games without reply. It's 3 really poor performances overall in its entirety. I want to hear from you right about now. Smash the like button, hit the share button as well. Big shout out to our title sponsors, Manscaped. Get 20% off of your grooming products now. And we're going to jump straight into the calls here. We're going to straight away see what the viewers are thinking and feeling. We've got some super chat to do first. But we're only on 175 likes. What are you doing, people? This should already be on 500. Let's do this right now. Let's get the word out there. Let's jump into these super chats as well. I've already missed some on the screen that I can't put up, but we'll read them out. This is from NG Music, who says, Banter FC back again. The Devil's Advocate says, Arsenal are back, boys. The mid-table fodders, as we know and love them. And King Cantona 14 says, didn't Igal say something about Grealish to Arsenal before? Laughing my ass off. Why would he want a downgrade? Igal will be on later. Igal will be on the show later with Kesh, with Adam Charles back in the house again. Fresh. In the new crib. I'm sure he'll speak about that a little bit as well. And of course, Elite KJ as well. We were about to get young Samuel on, but Samuel disappeared. So we're going to go to Brandon first of all. We know he's an Arteta outer. A lot of people were giving him stick a few weeks ago when the results started coming in. We're going to get him on now to have his say. Brandon, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Another defeat, another average performance, outplayed in my opinion by Aston Villa. Give me your thoughts, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, mate. Completely and utterly outplayed. The biggest problem that we have is we don't start games quick enough. The first half, we was just lapsadaisious, not really doing anything. And too many times this season, we rely upon a second half performance to drag us out of the mess. And we can't keep doing that. You know, you have to start. This is Premier League football. You have to be on your game from minute 1. And too many times we do this and we shoot ourselves in the foot. Cedric, what on earth are you doing, my friend? You know, who are you playing the ball to? If you're unsure, kick it into Rosette. It makes no sense. I personally don't feel like you can blame the manager again for today, because I feel like it's the players' fault. The players are the ones on the pitch. You can't really blame Arteta. I think he picked a strong enough team to win the game. And you see in the second half, when we come out and we started moving the ball quickly, we was causing Aston Villa issues. It's as simple as that. If you move the ball quick, they can't live with it. But Jack Grealish today was exceptional again. Ross Barkley as well. Even Ollie Watkins. And, you know, Aston Villa fully deserved the win. And Matt Ryan, I thought he was all right for us as well. I think he pulled out a couple of decent saves. But aside from that, you can't really pick anybody in that Arsenal team that was good today. You know?
Yeah, you
Shocking.
had moments. You definitely a team of moments today. In relation to the Arsenal fans, I mean, I'm seeing people. It does drive me mad when people quote "last man." Just for everyone watching, the last man element has never been. Those words have never existed in any rule or law in football ever. They're completely like net spend. It's not real. But do you think that you're getting unfairly treated by the referees, Brandon?
I wouldn't say we're being completely unfairly treated. I mean, you see these sort of decisions happen all the time, and it's not just with Arsenal. It's with many different clubs as well. But if we're talking about the David Luiz red card situation, I mean, the FA need to sort that out, because how can you accept an appeal for Bednarak's one, but not accept David Luiz's one? It doesn't make any sense. There was absolutely no difference whatsoever in the two challenges. So in that sense, I would say we've kind of been unfair. We've been unfairly treated on that situation. But as regards to decisions throughout the game, look, every single team will have decisions go against them, but then in other games they will have decisions that will go for them. So it kind of balances itself out throughout the season. So I don't want to complain about the referees too much. At the end of the day, if we take our chances, if we turn up in the game, we win the game. It's as simple as that. But today, again, we did not turn up.
I make you absolutely right. And, it's good to see an Arsenal fan with actually a strong chin and a strong stomach to actually step up and say, this is nothing to do with the refs. This is down to us. Listen, mate, thank you very much for coming on the show and having your say. A good setup as well. I like the new mic. Top man. Speak to you soon, buddy. All the best. And I agree with him. Arsenal blaming referees is weak. It is you got yellow belly when you're doing this. There's no doubt about it. The fact that you have more defeats and victories in the Premier League this year is simply and utterly down to the players, down to the coaching, down to the tactics. There is a StreamYard link right now. It's available on the general page on the Discord server. And I've shared it in the chat here on the live stream right now. Ryan says, Arsenal fans are the biggest babies in the league. Stop blaming the refs every game. It's boring. You're just dead. Simple. Hashtag take your time with it. Arsenal fans, we want to hear from you. Next up on the show, young Samuel. Samuel, what do you want to say, mate?
Oh, I just want to say, Terry, this happened again. We've lost the game closely and then these players collapse. Cookie Crumble FC. That's what we are. Willian, I don't know what's coming on. He's played 21 games at Arsenal straight away. 0 goals and 0 assists. I don't know what Mikel Arteta sees in him. Has he got some nudes of him? Has he blackmailing Mikel Arteta? I have no clue what's going on. Today, again, was flat. Saka was dead. I'm sorry. He was just crap. It has happened again for us, really. Terry, do you think we're going to go forward? It's going to be worse than November's form, the way we're going right now?
Do you know what? I wouldn't want to say, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know. But you've got these. It's making me tongue-tied. I don't know. I'm looking at the fixtures you've got coming up. So your next game is against Leeds at home. Then you play City. Then you play Leicester. It is conceivable that you could lose your next 3 games. I don't think Arsenal fans can look at the next 3 matches and say, I'm confident 100% with chest that we're going to pick up 3 points in even one of those games, let alone 2 or 3. If you lose all 3 on the bounce, the mood will change again at Arsenal, and it will fluctuate back to what we saw just before Boxing Day, where Arteta is under absolutely tremendous pressure. There's no doubt about it. What's your view on the referees? Because that's what's trending right now. The likes of DT have pushed it out there. I know that Igawa is going to come on when he comes on with the panel soon and cry like a baby about referees. I know Igawa is going to do that. What's your thoughts?
My general thought on referees, I don't think it was a red card. My general opinion, I think it was a yellow at best. I think there's no chance of a red card. It's not a guarantee he's going to go through and score because there's already other defenders coming in. So I don't feel that. But for the Lacazette one, I think that one's a little bit dodgy because I think Martinez was grabbing a hold of him. Yes, it's a 50-50, but it looks like Martinez grabbed a hold of Lacazette's shirt and brought him down. For that, I don't know, but VAR looked at it. But at the end of the day, we've got to look at ourselves today. Tuesday was the referee's fault. Today, I believe it was more of our fault today. These players were just shit.
I hear that completely. Young Samuel, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. We really appreciate it, buddy. Next up, Pav is here. Pav, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Arsenal lose again for the 10th time in the Premier League this season. Give me your thoughts, mate.
KJ was right, wasn't he? This Arsenal are back. They really are. This is how they started the season. And then they had the little good performances over the couple of weeks of January, and now they're back to where they were, how they were. This is the Arsenal that we saw at the start of the season. And the way that they keep blaming the refs, them refs don't influence the 90 minutes of that gameplay. You have chances. It's not the ref's fault that Pepe has a little crap foot where the guy can't get half of his shots on target. It's not the referee's fault that your players make stupid challenges and get themselves sent off. It's not the ref's fault. Stop blaming the refs. Look at your manager. Look at your players. Apart from Saka and Thomas Partey, who else is actually good in that team? Aubameyang, man's had a new contract. He hasn't performed. Like, I know he's had some issues, but prior to that, the guy hasn't really performed. Lacazette hasn't performed for numerous seasons. Stop blaming other people. Look at your team. You keep going on about, the Arsenal fans keep going on about, we should be beating that team, that team. Stop living off your past rep of being a top club, that you should have some superiority over these smaller teams that you're going to win. You're not. All these teams are playing better than you. Like, these teams are actually playing for their club. They're outperforming you. They're beating you. Stop living off your rep of your club that you should be beating all these smaller teams. Your club's a joke at the minute, and you've got rid of all these players. And if your owners and your board don't bring in top quality players in the summer, I'm sorry, you shouldn't even be mentioned as a top club anymore, because you haven't really been a top club since 2004. Like, you've just been in a decline ever since. Like, you lot are embarrassing. Stop blaming other people. Your team is a joke. That's all I've got to say, really, man. It's just, I don't understand these Arsenal fans. There's always an agenda. They think there's an agenda against them. They're just crap. That's what it is.
I hear you, Pav. Thank you very much for calling, having your say. That is a statement made there by Pav. Another statement here, man like Zane says, Kroenke out of our club. Arteta is better being the next James Bond than he'll be better at being the next James Bond than our manager. Zane back in the house. Great to have you back, Zane. We don't see you enough anymore. You're cheating on me too much, but it's all good. Great to have you here and back with us. We've got David on the show next. Remember, the panel is coming up soon, ladies and gentlemen. So Adam Charles back in the house. Kesh is here. Igal's turned his camera off backstage. I think he's crying. KJ's here with the smoke. They're our panel to see out the show. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere else. It's going to get heated. It's going to be fire. Hit that like button. Sign up to the Discord server. Man like David's here next. David back in the house with us today. Another defeat for Arsenal. Give me your thoughts, Dave.
Oh, mate. I said, I've been saying it. They won't finish in the top six. They're not much better than Southampton. So, yeah, doesn't shock me, really. Jack Grealish will not go to Arsenal because he will be downgrading himself. It's not worth it. But yeah, this whole thing on the refs again, I'm sorry, this is starting to get a bit ridiculous. Again, if you learn the rules of the game, you would know the reason why Ezri Konsa's one was not a red card is not only because he wasn't even last man really anyway, because there are loads of other defenders, but he's intentionally gone for the ball and he's fouled Saka. So, because he's outside the box, that rule of making an attempt for the ball then kicks in. So it can't be a red card anyway. So, like, that doesn't make, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And then talking about, Lacazette getting pulled down by keepers, again, it's an unwritten rule, whether you like it or not. Keepers can do what they want. You could literally go back in that game and you could see probably Matt Ryan doing the same thing. But because, again, Aston Villa aren't complaining about it, no one wants to talk about it. So they can't blame the rest today. They can only blame themselves because they were poor today. They were poor. They're lucky that Ollie Watkins didn't really finish his chance, because it could have been 2 or 3 like it was last time. So, yeah. Yeah,
very true on that. And that's my biggest bugbear. Again, if I own Twitter, every time a football fan moans about a decision when they get the law wrong as the fan, I'd ban them for a week. I keep the next person that says last man, they shouldn't be allowed to ever talk about football again, bro. It's like saying last man is the equivalence of thinking it's okay for a player to pick it up and run with it like in rugby in his hands. Like last man has never, ever, 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 ever existed. It's never been a law, a bylaw, a rule, a gentleman's agreement, a Spanish custom. It's always just been, it's never existed. It's just never been there. It's mad how people put it up. And then, as you say, that kind of double jeopardy rule only kicks in the box. So the fact that it was on the halfway line, in terms of Arsenal, though, their next 3 games, David, are big. Leeds, I said it earlier, actually, I think it's Leeds, City, Leicester. How many games or how many points you see them picking up in their next 3 matches?
2 maybe. Like, I think, again, no, this is me hoping as a Chelsea fan, I hope they take points off Leicester so we can get into that top 4. Leeds, City, that's a no. Forget that game. That game doesn't exist to you. You should forfeit the game. To forfeit the game, take the 3-0 in case it turns into 4. That's probably what you should do.
Yeah, take the 3. Yeah, lose it 3-0 and have a rest. And no, actually, I want them to beat City. I'll be an Arsenal fan for that game, no doubt about it. David, we'll have you later on the show later on today. We've got some big coming up. We'll get you involved with that. David, top man. Speak to you soon, mate. Remember, the panel's coming in about 10 minutes, people. Smash that like button right now. Next up, we got Tapas Pulis in. What you saying, bro?
It's happened again. It's happened again. Arsenal Football Club. It's happened again. All you fucking loudmouth Arsenal fans, don't come at me at all. Sorry about swearing, though, but yeah, listen. At the end of the day, all these Arsenal fans are starting here gassing up Mikel Arteta. Let me explain to you the simple fact of it. They've been in a mess for about 10 years. From when Thierry Henry left, they've been screwed. And I genuinely don't believe that they'll see any success until they start, lowering their expectations as a whole in general, first and foremost. And also just understand that, it's going to take a long time for them to fix up. But they keep gassing up their team every year, DT, Troops, all of that coming out saying, we're going to get top 4. And it never happens. Why? Because they're rubbish.
Mate, I hear you on that completely, bro. Who do you support yourself?
I'm Chelsea, man.
You're a Chelsea fan, so of course, an important result for you because they were catching you up, but you've got Tuchel now. What's your response to Arsenal fans blaming the referees again and again and again for these results?
Okay, I said this in the chat earlier if you saw it, but Arsenal keep talking about referees. And let's be honest, the last 2 big trophies they won, they paid the same referee twice to win it. And in 2017, Alexis Sanchez handed the ball and scored. In the last FA Cup final, when everyone saw Anthony Taylor was in Arteta's back pocket the whole time. This whole thing about refs, let me explain to you. Refs aren't perfect. They get decisions right and they get them wrong. The reality is that, the fact that, 9 times out of 10 things don't go for you. Let me explain to you. All teams go through issues with refs. So this whole stuff about refs is all a load of rubbish.
There we go. That's unequivocal statement there being made by Abs. Thank you very much for coming on, mate, and having your say. Hit the like and share button. Super chats to do here. First one from Felix. Says Arsenal fans have such a short memory. They wouldn't have won the FA Cup. This is if the ref didn't have an agenda. Foul leading up to the goal plus covers red not being a red. Let's do some more of these super chats. Lots have come through in the last few minutes. Harold here says Arsenal are not that bad when Aubameyang and it's not actually Odegaard. I think it's Erdegaard is how it should be pronounced. Erdegaard came in. They got momentum. Then Partey went off. Referee was okay. I'm a Man United fan, is what Harold has said there. Harold, I love that name. Reminds me of Steptoe and Son. Harold. Arsenal are dead. Got happy after beating poor teams, and now they have Man City, Leeds, and Benfica. I forgot about the Benfica game. 0 points. Read this when Igal comes on. He is crying, and Igal will be here very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stay tuned for the panel. And we're not even going to call them the panel. We're going to call them the board. I like that. The gentlemen on the board are coming on in a few moments. The Football Terrace board. Right. Are people surprised? I knew Villa would win. This was banter, but now it's real. Arsenal are not a big team. They could never score 9 like my team. RIP Gunners. That's from a Man United fan. Of course, we're covering Man United Everton later on today. So make sure every single one of you watching is back at full time. Make sure you're here. You're supporting the Football Terrace. Next caller is my guy, Ram. Ram is here. What you got to say, bro?
Look, I'm done cussing Arsenal, I want to put some praise to Aston Villa Football Club. The performance they had today was exemplary. Defensively, strong. Their goalkeeper, commanding, catches every single ball like every top-class goalkeeper should do. Their attack, clinical when needed to be. Like they could have scored more, but at the end of the day, they got the goal. Jack Grealish, the other side of the game that people don't talk about a lot, his dogged work, his tackling, his pressing. That's one thing that England need. England need that in their midfield, yeah? And it's just great to see that a top team, a big club who won a European trophy, not like Arsenal Football Club, are back to where they belong with the other big teams in England. It's as simple as that.
What do you make of all the bemoaning of referees today? Do you think that's a weakness from Arsenal fans, or have they got a point?
Do you know what it is? You need to have some balance to it. I've seen a lot of the time when Arsenal were winning headers, they kept on clattering the opposition people that were winning for headers as well. Like they were so late with their challenges, and I don't hear them talking about it. They were doing it 5 or 6 times in the second half. Like it was ridiculous, and the referee didn't get a grip of that game. So it has to be a balance. It has to be a balance. And the problem is these Arsenal fans don't read the rules of the game. Like I had a conversation with a girl. I think it was today or yesterday, or it was probably Sam. It was an Arsenal fan, either way. It was the whole idea of last season, Aspilicueta didn't get a red card because he did the same thing to David Luiz. And I told him that law was implemented this year, not last year. So Arsenal fans need to get a grip with this law because they're making a fool out of themselves. It's as simple as that.
I hear you on that. Ram has spoken, everyone. We'll speak to you later on today, mate. Thank you very, very much indeed. Just a little heads up, everyone. At 5 o'clock today, we're doing a Liverpool versus City combined 11 show. So make sure you're tuning in for that as well. Next up on the show, we've got man like Aaron. Agal and the team are coming up very soon, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you stay here. We want to get to 1,000 likes before they come on as well. So make sure you're hitting that. Next up is Adam, the Donny fan, a.k.a. the chubby Sam Smith. How you doing, mate?
I'm not too bad, Terry. Firstly, obviously, I'm prepared for Oxford United in about 10 minutes. And prepare yourself because as a neutral, I've got to rant about Arsenal right now. And the reason why I'm ranting about Arsenal Football Club is you can't just keep blaming the referees. Yes, the referees do need to be improved from time to time. That's every single team. But you've got to look at Arsenal Football Club today. Willian, where did they scout this signing? Willian should be playing for a nice team abroad somewhere. Get some nice abroad football in your prime years. Willian's not good enough. Martinelli could be with a bright spark of Arsenal's future along with Smith Rowe, along with Saka, along with Tierney, along with Aubameyang. Arsenal Football Club are not good enough, and you can sit there and blame Arteta. Apart from the Willian sub, you've got to look at the players today. You've got to look at the players. And I've said this since Arsene Wenger was in. I've said this since Unai Emery was in. I've said this since Arteta took over. The main reason why Arsenal Football Club are failing to get even top 4 football is because of their American moronic toolcase owner known as Stan Kroenke. He has pickpocketed Arsenal Football Club for too many years. FSG have done it with Liverpool. They got the signings in the end, but they didn't exactly get it in straight away. The Glazers, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself took Man United to success. The Glazers haven't done jack for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's done it himself with the players' help. And Arsenal, the reason why Arsenal are failing is you've got an owner that will not and cannot back a manager, and you've got players that are not playing for the badge on the scarf, on the shirt, on the hat, on the gloves, on the masks, on anything. They're not playing for the badge on the shirt. They're playing for their wage check and a night commercial being filmed at the end of the week on a socially distant studio. They are playing. They're rolling with it. They're going with the flow. They're literally not playing for the club. We love our football clubs. I love Doncaster Rovers. You love Man United, Terry. We all love football. Even though I'm a Donny fan, I'm a football fan first. And when I see clubs at the top end or the bottom end of football getting pickpocketed by American owners like Stan Kroenke, who cares about the Rams rather than the Arsenal, I will stand up and I will say it. I will stand up until I'm blue in the face and I'll say it. Arsenal Football Club need a brand new owner with too much passion, with a better understanding of how to take the club forward. Arteta is a good coach. As a manager, he needs more time. He needs more experience. Look at Lampard, Jason Tyndall, Wayne Rooney. You need to look at all of them for more experience. In my opinion, Arsenal need a better manager to take them out of this situation. But I feel sorry for Arteta. I'm not angry with him. I feel sorry for him. But the main problem Arsenal need to fix is a brand new owner, because Kroenke does not care. And there's some of those players need to leave the club because they do not care. I'm sorry, Terry, but they don't care. So
I hear what you're saying.
We beat Oxford, and Arsenal need to change.
There we go. Listen, thank you very much for coming on, mate. All the best, Aaron. Thank you. Final caller before the panel. Come on. Hit that like and share button right now, people. Over 4,000 people watching it across multiple channels here. Amazing numbers. Thank you for your support. By the way, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't done so yet, turn on the bell notification buttons. That way you know when we go live. You also get a notification via the Discord server as well. So sign up to that. The link for all that in our socials is in the description below. Man like Zane is here. Zane, what you saying?
I'm gassed, bro. My week's been shit, and this has made me so bloody happy, bro. Honestly, I can't wait to see these full Arsenal fools on the board, mate, coming on and talking about what's going on with Arsenal. Facts is, top six is done. No one is coming to your club in the summer, bro. Grealish, forget about it. He saw today how dead your team is, right? So I'm happy. And when you Arsenal fans going to start talking about your manager, is it time for him to go? Because, boy, Willian, what's going on with that? So I'm fucking happy. I'm going to watch Adam, Kesh, Egal come up with some noise now. Let's hear it. I want to hear the nonsense you guys are going to come up with, because there's no justification. You lot are dead. You might not even make top 8, bro. So what are you going to do next season? I'm laughing, bro. Thank you, Banter FC. You made my weekend. I don't care if we lose tomorrow. I'm just happy to see you lot flop like you are, mate. I like business. This is rival business here, bro. I know, Frank. Thank you. Thank you, Arsenal. Thank you for making my life happier.
There we go. Zane has had his say there. Thank you, Zane. I don't think we need any more from him today. This is what the Football Terrace is about, bruv. This is like an East London school playground, bruv. Banter, rival talk, with a little bit of serious on as well. We are going to get the panel on now, people. Thank you all for staying tuned. Thank you all for waiting about. Keep hitting that like button. We haven't hit 1,000 likes yet, which is amazing. Get that done. After the game, I want all of you, but if 4,000 of you, come to my personal Twitter, come to the Football Terrace Twitter after the game. All the links are in the description below. But let's get them on. And no better way to introduce the panel without your favorite introduction song.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to make my wife. I need a girl who's mine, oh mine. I need a girl in my life. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to be my wife. Nobody else, she's all mine. I need a girl. Yeah. Yo, I'm internationally known on the microphone.
FC back again. I'm first going to go to Adam Charles. I'm going to go to Gal in a bit. First of all, congratulations on buying your new home, sir. Looks absolutely beautiful. Horrible way to christen it. First Arsenal game in your new house, and they've ruined it.
Do you know what? I don't think they have, I do not think they have. Reason being, I don't think it's that deep. People are saying that Arsenal are not a big club anymore. People are saying that Arsenal are finished. Arsenal are in the mud. Nothing here we're saying is new. We've heard it all before. We know that Aston Villa are a good team. We know that flipping Jack Grealish is a very good player. Nobody here is telling me anything I did not know already. And these panelists, these callers that you got on earlier, that Pav guy, there was another guy that Tapas Tulis in. Terry, do us a favor. Don't forget them again, because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're saying. Yes, we got beaten today. Yes, Saka wasn't great. Cedric, I don't know what he's doing. But we've got a backup right back or a right back playing in a left back position. Like, there's a lot of issues, systemic issues at the club that we've seen for years and years and years and years. And us being beaten by Aston Villa is not going to change the fact that we have these issues or fix them overnight. So I don't really understand what all the hype is about, to be honest. That going on? What is going on?
No, listen. I hear what you're saying. Igal, how about yourself? Do you think people are being disrespectful to Arsenal today? I mean, there's a lot of art moaning. You know, the banter FC comments are coming out. Give me your thoughts, mate.
Listen, every team.
You're really quiet, mate. I don't know why. Your mic ain't on. Or you're not near enough to it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, but you're very quiet. You need to be nearer to your new microphone.
Okay, hear me now. Right? Listen, clear. I'll say this: a lot of you guys who are throwing salt, I get it. We were on a winning streak. You guys didn't like that. You weren't happy that we went seven games in a row where we didn't drop a lot of points. We dropped 2 games, I think, 2 points in 7 games, and people were absolutely hating it. They're like, you know what? We can't have Arsenal winning games. There are actually people saying, you know what? These guys might actually be doing something good. They might be building something good. And now that we lose 2 games in a row, you guys are quick to jump on our throats, quick to say, oh, you guys are back to Banter FC, back to irrelevance, back to this, that, everything else. You know, realistically, we knew that this season was a write-off from the way we started. And to have such high expectations on Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe carrying this team for the past 8 games, and for them to consistently do that, and people saying, you know what, these guys have to be the shining light. These guys have to carry the team. These guys have to do everything for the squad. And people to constantly berate them now, it's ridiculous. So that part is ridiculous. When it comes to rivals banter, you're always going to have it. When it comes from your own fans criticizing your young players that have been carrying us for the last 8 games, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, that's all great. But what do you make of your team's performance today? I understand you're saying that, like, everyone, you know, the season was a write-off. You know, we can take the banter, but what about 3 games without winning? What about today's performance? Are you blaming it on the referees like a lot of Arsenal fans? Or are you going to look internally and say we just are not as good as Aston Villa?
First of all, we did not start strong enough. We started very slow, right away. They scored within 2 minutes from 4 clear errors. Back pass was not clear. Was not a good back pass. Gabriel should have done a better job stopping Traore from getting past him. In addition to that, you could have said Holding could have done a better job blocking the shot, and things happened. The goalkeeper slipped and he messed up. So we weren't switched on at the beginning. We were punished, and at the end we were not clinical. We did not. You cannot say we didn't have chances. We had chances this game. We were just not clinical. We did not finish our dinner. When it comes to this, it's a performance that's been happening over and over again. It's Groundhog's Day. Once again, Arsenal go into a game. We're going to complain about creativity, but we can't do that anymore. Today we created chances. We just did not finish those chances. We had numerous opportunities. I'm going to say one thing about penalty decision. I don't think it was a red card. I think it could have been a red card. It easily could have been a red card because we have had red card decisions like that against Sheffield United last year, against Xhaka just a couple years ago. At half, Xhaka got sent off for a red. So we've seen those reds be given. So to be honest, we've seen the exact same situation with red cards being given. So I'm not even going to say last man. We've seen the exact same situation being given before. So based on that,
so you are saying that you were mistreated by the referee today.
I feel like it's happened consistently. But anyways, move on from that part. There's the bigger issue. Lacazette being pulled down, his shirt being pulled. The rule says, if you look up the rule, Terry, it says if you pull a shirt and you see a V shape when the shirt is pulled, then immediately that is a booking. And usually if it's in the box, it's a red. The goalkeeper Martinez pulled down Lacazette. You can find freeze frames. If you want, I can send it to you on Twitter right now. This man pulled him down in the box in a situation where if he was not pulled down, he would have been able to have a clear header because Ollie Watkins missed the header and the ball went straight through on goal. That to me is a penalty decision which should be spoken about, not the other one. That is the penalty decision that should be spoken about.
Fair enough. Kesh, what's your views on today's performance and these refereeing decisions that are seemingly continuously going against you?
Listen, it's simply just not good enough. As I said, there will be more blitz throughout the course of the season. What you'll get is from most of these players, and we've seen it on the Wenger, they'll go through a period where they're getting results and then they'll just go back to the averageness that we've seen today and the last game. Like, it simply comes down to the psyche of the players. Like, we always come out in early kickoffs and we always lose. We tend to lose most of our early kickoff games. Yeah. And I don't feel they're up for it. And it just comes down to better recruitment. Like, I've said it to you before, Terry. When we recruit players, we need to do our due diligence and find out what their characteristics are like. But in terms of the referee, like, listen, that's not yellow for me. it could be given as a red, and I've seen it given to us as a red before. But personally, I'm not going to be thinking as an Arsenal fan. I'm thinking as a football fan. I wouldn't like to see that be given as a yellow. In terms of the Martinez thing, that's a plain and clear penalty. Like, I can't tell the last time I've seen a keeper assaulting a player like that. I can understand when they're jumping for the things and they put their knees up and that, but that is assault, bro. Like, he pulled him down by the neck. He got his collar like that and pulled him. That's a penalty, without a doubt.
I've sent you and
But
KJ
you
the
can't-
message.
But at the same time, I'm not going to look at that and think we needed that to win. Like, the players need to come out and make a better, give a better
account of themselves.
Yeah,
I
they need to.
suppose that would be my point as well. We all have these decisions in games that we feel go against us. My view is this, and I'm not saying every single decision in these matches for Arsenal are right to go against them, or that there isn't a little bit of unfairness in there. I think my point of view is I see it's the overriding factor. It's right, we've lost, let's blame the referee. And I see that a lot from the kind of Arteta in crew, in the sense of it's always an excuse. You've lost 10 games this season. It can't always be down to referees, Adam.
The first thing I
I
said
hear
to
you.
Adam, go on, one second, go on.
So I was doing. I hear you, and after speaking to me about games so many times, you'll see I don't usually blame the ref. I usually try to look introspectively. What could the manager do better? What could the players do better? But it's not a new thing. There's been so many times, even in Wenger's reign, where Arsenal weren't getting the protection that we wanted. We had these small little flat players, and big players playing for teams like Bolton and Blackburn would come and bully us. Like we typically don't get protection from referees. That is a thing. It's a well-known fact. So to me, this is just a continuation of that type of stuff. Arsenal need the protection. And when I'm seeing Lacazette's neck getting dragged like that, bro, come on, man. What's that about? You can't tell me. You can tell me I'm making excuses. You can tell me we're always blaming refs. No, we don't, because we don't always speak about refs. It's just something that's happened in the past couple of weeks because we've had some questionable refereeing decisions. And I think it's Brandon that touched on the fact that Bednarek's red card got overturned, but Arsenal did it. Like, where's the consistency? That's what we're asking for. As long as it's consistent, fine. But one rule for one set of fans or one team and another rule for Arsenal doesn't make sense to me.
I hear you on that. KJ's been sitting there very diligently, just listening and absorbing for the past 37, 38 minutes. What's your thoughts, mate, on today's game and these refereeing decisions that seemingly don't go Arsenal's way?
First of all, yeah, you see Londoners, yeah, I've got a little bit of beef with these mandem here. You see Londoners, yeah, like to come and chat about Brom like it's some next dead place, like it's the scum of the earth, listen, you see Arsenal, they're the perfect representation of most Londoners, innit? You see what Aston Villa did today? That's for you, man. You Londoners there, you deserve this, fam. Screw you, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't chat about Brom again. When Aston Villa's coming to your gaff, hammering you 3-0, you come over to our city right here, fam. Coming here to lose 1-0 to the mighty Villa. Shut up, people. Our tap water, yeah, is fresh and clean. Yours is dirty, yeah? So don't be chatting about Brom again. Listen. Anyway, back to the game. Arsenal fans need to stop with this tinfoil hat conspiracy, fam. This is all they are. Tinfoil hat brothers think the earth is flat. They think that chemtrails are made from the government and that. They're all conspiracy theories. Stop it, bruv. Refs are bad for everybody. They're bad for everybody. It's just facts. It's just facts. They're bad for everyone. So stop complaining about refs and make sure your football team is better. Because if your team is good enough, refereeing decisions, bad ones, don't change a thing. Don't change a thing. If your team is good enough, you will beat a team. You will. Refs decisions shouldn't really come into it. It may, just some things here and there, yeah, cool. But at the end of the day, if your team is better than the other team, you will win regardless. So stop with the conspiracies. Take off the tinfoil hat and look at what is actually going on. The refs are bad for everybody.
Can I stop you? Stop you 1 second. 1 second. Let's just analyze. Let's just look at one game, okay? Let's go back to this game. This game, there's already been 2 controversial decisions, right? Let's go to the Leicester game, last Leicester game that we played. Mustafi got kicked in the face, had to get stitches. Still not even a red or a yellow. Jamie Vardy continued the game. Okay, there was an offside goal in that game. Okay. In addition to that, what else was there? There was also there was also the situation where Eddie Nketiah was given a red for kicking the back of somebody's calf. The next couple of weeks we faced a couple of weeks before that we faced Liverpool. Mane elbowed the guy in the face. Nothing happened. What else happened? The same game, Trent Alexander-Arnold did a similar tackle that Eddie Nketiah got sent off for on what do you call it, Saka. Nothing happened. The other day, you had a situation where Bruno stepped on the back of Xhaka's heel. Constantly, there's situations where Arsenal players are not being booked. That is a conspiracy, sure. But let me take it one more further. There is a referee saying from his own mouth, David Luiz's reputation is another reason why he constantly gets sent off. So when somebody's saying their reputation as a player is also going into a factor of why these players get sent off, as an Arsenal fan, I'm not gonna cry. 1 second, I'm not crying over David Luiz.
You cut me off. Now I'll do the same to you.
Go ahead.
Listen, that happens again. It happens to everyone. Everybody has a reputation. Why do you think certain players get caught divers and things go against them when they generally dive? Everyone has that. If you know that's a thing about David Luiz, why did your club buy him? In all of these things that you listed, all these things happened. Were you the better team? And the answer is no. If you guys were the better team, no matter what happened, you would have won the game.
That's not even true, bro. We were so much better than Wolves. We were slapping them the first half.
Yeah, and who told Leno? Who told Leno to go and do that? Who told your defeat team to be deflated and not actually stand up for themselves and play well and get a goal? You're telling me you've never seen 10 men beat 11 men?
Let me take this, Adam. Let me take this.
You're telling me you've never seen 10 men beat 11
let me
men?
take this. It's simply down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal right now are struggling, and it's easier for decisions that go to point out decisions that go against us. Obviously, right? We have lost due to small margins. Refereeing decisions can be part of it. Another big part of it is ourselves. I agree with you there. I would say I'll take it on the chin. Yes, we have messed up. We have not finished our dinner. We've had numerous opportunities, but at the same time, there's been things to make it more hard done. There's a game where you're down 2-1. A clear handball, Jota's clear handball is still given as a third goal. Those kind of things end the game for you. Those kind of things make sure the game's done. And
what happened before those moments, Miguel? Did you not have chances to try and score? Could you not have done things to make yourselves get back into the game?
No, I hear that. Do you know what I'd say about this? Every fan base thinks there's two things. That every fan base thinks there's a referee conspiracy against them. And every fan base thinks there's a media agenda against them. When you do what I've done, as long as I have on social media, I see it from everybody. And everything you just said there, Igal, are decisions that have gone against Arsenal. Some of them that I agree with you are wrong decisions. The problem is, could you sit here and tell me the decisions that you've had this season that have been favourable in your way? And so what we'll do as a matter of course now on the Football Terrace, because you kind of brought this up, every single time Arsenal get a favourable decision, or a player should have got a red card and he didn't, or that goal should have been disallowed but it stood, we'll make a big song and dance about, or we'll create a little tally chart of one's for and one's against, and we'll see what the audience say. I guarantee you'll find over the course of the season, and that's why you're smiling, because when you get these decisions kind of go your way. I didn't see an Arsenal fan come on here at the FA Cup final and be like, it's terrible, Kovacic's got that red card, it weren't one, we got a little bit. None of you said it. You all were going, yeah.
You brought it up. Perfect example. The same thing happened in the FA Cup that David Luiz got sent off for the other day. Let's look at that. Ram was saying it's nonsense, but you brought up the FA Cup. If you want to bring up the FA Cup, why don't we talk about the fact that the same thing that what's his name? Azpilicueta didn't.
But you just proved my point. You just proven my point. You're going to bring up an Arsenal decision that went against you. Why are you not fighting for all bad decisions?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those things. It's either this is my rule with football fans: moan about all bad decisions, even the ones that benefit you, or you get to banter your rivals with, or hush the gums.
Terry,
you get some for you, some against you, blaming it on the refs. And the fact, I know you blame it on refs more. Maybe not Kesh. Kesh is quite good with this generally. But when oh my God, Joe Bloggs is refereeing on Sunday, we're in trouble. That for me is pure unadulterated.
I call it out when we win, Terry.
Igal. If my daughter brings home a guy and I check his social media out and he's moaning about referees, that relationship's getting broken up. She's not going out of a man. Not like that.
Igal, you call out your sorry, because you call out you only still call out negative things for Arsenal when you win. So we won, but remember that bad decision against us, that bad decision against us.
I do.
When are you gonna say, well, we won, but that decision that shouldn't have been for us. That should have literally been for the other team. When you want to see a game and be
Manchester United. When you said Gabriel should have been sent off, I came on here. I said yes, Gabriel should have been sent off. Did I not say that? You asked me that, Terry. I literally said that.
Understand? Then you know that decisions also go for you. So why are you moaning about it in the other direction?
No, but it doesn't tally up. It comes down to this. It comes down to this. Me and Kesh had this conversation once, and he said it comes down to the fact that if a team is performing bad, it's easier for those kind of results for the referee to make that result go against them than go in their favor. Because if they're in a title race, look. Example.
God's explaining it wrong. He's explaining it
wrong. Go ahead.
Okay, go on, Kesh.
You've got to earn your right for those results. I feel when you're a team performing well, you kind of earn the right to get those decisions going your way. At the moment, Arsenal is not that team. I can't complain about it. There will be a time where maybe when Arsenal return to the team that we expect them to be, you will see these decisions more often than not go our way. You've seen it with the likes of Liverpool over their last 2 seasons. They get a lot of decisions that go their way, but they've earned that right to get those decisions. We can't complain. Like, I don't even know why we're arguing about this, because at the end of the day, we played poor. We played very poor. And it simply comes down to players not being of the quality. Maybe it's not ability-wise, but they haven't got the IQ or the mental ability to be playing for this club and this badge. This badge owes a lot of weight. We're forgetting. I know everyone banter and say this is Arsenal, but this badge owes a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And a lot of players can't handle it. You see the way Cedric started there. That's criminal. At this level to do that is criminal. First 2 minutes, that's criminal. It's as simple as that for me.
And this is what I was saying. Igal brought the point about someone brought the point about the reputations of players will cause XYZ. So why would you buy those players? You're like Adam was saying that Arsenal need protection because we always get bullied and our players are slight and small. Why buy those kind of players if they're not?
I agree.
Why do that then?
That doesn't make sense.
If that's a massive issue, if that's a massive issue in your club, and it's like, these kind of players, these things happen to them. Why buy them if you know that's going to happen? Why?
The reason why we buy them is because Arsenal at this present moment are being cheapskates. We've seen it. You go and buy David Luiz. You lost Koscielny. You go and buy David Luiz. He's not the upgrade on Koscielny. He's not. So until we stop being beggars rather than choosers, these things will come back to haunt us. And it's as simple as that.
I hear that. We're going to throw a few more callers on. Sorry, Adam, go on, mate. Make your last point, then we're going to go to some callers.
No, I was just going to say, even then, if you follow that example, you could say, I'm not going to buy the best player in the world because he's got a reputation as a diver, which could, I don't know, cost me a game or get him 2 yellows and get him sent off. So I just think it's a silly logic to say, if he's got a reputation, that means you shouldn't buy him because you expect objective referee.
No, it shouldn't be like that.
No, Adam, but you're not getting it. Like, we're not talking about the best players in the world. That's the issue. It's not like you've got the best players in the world and they're diving and then that happens. Like, it's not that. It's the fact that they're not the best players in the world and also have these reputations and also have these things that go against them. So why buy them? It makes no sense.
I feel with the reputation thing, it's always going to be there at the end of the day. You know, if Roy Keane went into a hard tackle, he's more likely to have been sent off. Steven Gerrard got away with enough bad fouls because he didn't have a reputation of being a bad.
Can I just say something, Terry?
Yeah.
Kendall, eat your word. Joe Willock, sorry.
Joe Willock scored.
He scored for Newcastle.
Aye.
Fair enough. One thing I would say this as well, though. Referees can't be objective about subjective decisions. That's why the reputation comes into it, because was that an intentional, dangerous foul? They've got to make a subjective decision. The person who's doing it is always going to come into play because you're judging the character of that individual in the moment. But there we go. We're going to go to some callers, some super chats first. First one from Robert Jones, who says, KJ, start talking about United's bad decisions this year. The Spurs game, Sheffield United game, Fred's pen, Cavani's pen into the box at Southampton. Probably loads more. Start talking about your team not being good enough.
Yeah, and when we lose those games, I don't mention them. I say we're not good enough in those games. So your point is mute.
To hear it says Kesh said badge. What badge? The cannon was just jammed and misfiring for a long time. You need to change it with a water pistol. Look, I guess a bit of banter there. The badge does weigh heavy. It's why you see players like Johnny Evans and Chris Smalling kill it away from Man United. There's also a reason why nearly every single Arsenal player that left in that back end of Wenger's era went on to do good things elsewhere. The weight of that badge, heavy is the crown, as they say. Let's go to some callers here. First up, we've got Kai. Kai's an Arsenal fan. What do you want to say, mate?
Yo, bro. I just want to say that just blaming all the refs, needs to stop. It needs to stop. We need to look inside ourselves and think about how rubbish we are as a team. Like, today's performance was dry. It was a dry performance. Villa didn't have to do anything special to win today. It was another mistake. We beat ourselves before the other team beat us. You need to stop blaming the refs. The decisions have been questionable, but we have to question our performance today and see where we went wrong instead of looking outwards and trying to blame other people for our mistakes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that echoes very much what Kesh has said on here as well, mate. I appreciate that a lot. Kai, thanks for coming on, mate. Definitely going to have you on again. Speak to you soon, buddy. Next up, we've got man like Alfie. Alfie's here. Hoods up. Obi-Wan McCoby. What you saying, bruv? You're on mute, brother.
One sec.
There you go.
Hear you now.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear us? All right, we'll put you backstage again and get you back on in a minute. We got Ramsey's with us now. Man like Ramsey from Neek Sports. What you saying, bro?
Shocking, man. This is shocking. I mean, the thing is, we're coming out, and I know what you're saying, referee decisions, rare, but the reality is, we were poor. We were so poor today. And Arteta coming out and saying that we had a strong performance and that we dominated the whole game, it's a bit like undermining Aston Villa, because the reality is, Martinez didn't have nothing to do. All game, Martinez had nothing to do, and he's coming out and saying that, telling the media that we dominated the whole game. And Matt Ryan is on the floor making save after save after save. And I get that we dominated possession. I get that we dominated the ball. We created some opportunities, but we didn't work the goalkeeper enough. And I just don't understand why you would come out and just say that to the media unless that's what you actually believe, because. For me, I don't think we dominated the game in terms of we dominated the possession, but we didn't dominate the whole game. No, Villa should have put the game to bed in the last 10 minutes of the game. But it was shocking from us. It was poor. I don't think we're good enough at all.
Talking about Martinez, you guys did sell your best goalkeeper. I will stand by it. Martinez is better than Leno.
I don't think Martinez is better than Leno. I think Martinez is a good. I think Martinez is a good shot stopper. I think he's. Martinez last week made 2 horrific mistakes that led to goals. Leno has made it once in the Premier League.
But you're looking at just a mistake. Let's look at the overall play. Look how what a calming presence he is in his box. Look at the commanding voice. Leno barely talks. He barely talks. If you look at his distribution, it's pinpoint. He sets off counterattacks just from his goal kicks. You won't see that from Leno.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but that's not the way that. But that's not the way that. That's not the way that Arteta wants to play. Arteta doesn't want to play.
The thing is, you can say that.
Arteta said he wants to build his play from the back. That's how he wants to play. So
Leno ain't good at
if you got a goalkeeper that is better at this,
yeah, but listen, being a goalkeeper is not just about distributing. What about Leno's other side to the game? Yes, he's a great shot stopper, but when it comes to commanding his box, he's not great at it.
Yeah,
I think we know why. I think we know why he left, though. I think we know why he left. He didn't leave. He left for 2 reasons. One, the club needed money to get some deals through the line, and also the other one is he wanted to play first team football. He was at the club for 10 years. We didn't give him a chance.
And you should have rewarded him for it, because he was a goalkeeper that got into the FA Cup final. He was a goalkeeper that when he played in filled in for Leno, that's some of your best defensive performances. In the league.
We're going to put the final caller on now. We're gonna, Alfie's back with us. Alfie, what do you want to say, bro? And everyone, before we go to Alfie, smash the like button right now. Make sure you sign up to the Discord server. And equally, as soon as the stream's done, check out manscaped.com for 20% off all your male grooming products. What are you saying, bro?
I wasn't going to come on
today until I heard KJ take some shots at Londoners, mate. So number one, I'm here to represent KJ.
Yeah.
You need to start speaking some facts, bro. Listen, your town stinks, yeah. Don't be coming.
Shut your mouth.
Don't be.
Shut
I don't.
your mouth.
I don't
Your
care
mouth
if
stinks,
Aston
bro.
Villa are better than Arsenal. Do
Man,
I
listen.
care? Listen, KJ. Do I care that Aston Villa are a bigger club than Arsenal? Do I care that they have a European trophy and Arsenal don't? Do I care? Do I absolutely do not care that Arsenal are this. Yeah, I really don't care, bro. Yeah, do not come at Londoners like that, bro, because that's not a good representation.
No,
Anyway.
I had to, bro.
All right.
You man take liberties, fam.
Bro, speak to them, yeah. Speak to them. Don't come at. You're painting all of us with the same brush, bro.
Yeah, who are you, man? That sounds like you're saying you people. What's wrong with us Londoners? Come on, let's keep this.
I said most. I'm saying
most.
Well,
Some.
Yeah,
and like
if the shoe fits, yeah, none of my concern.
I hear what you're saying there. Alfie, a lot of talk about refereeing decisions. You know, Arsenal fans with their tinfoil hats on. What are you saying?
Listen, I was just listening. I was just listening to everyone talking about refereeing decision, and it's a damn shame because if you remember the great injustice of Sheffield United against Manchester United at Old Trafford about 2 weeks ago, we spent the best part of 45 minutes to maybe even an hour speaking about how poor Manchester United were, right? And rightly so. We needed to play better. We needed to up our game and so on and so forth. Yeah. Today, you've got Igal, Kesh, Adam came on, and the first things to roll out of their tongue were, we don't want to be speaking about these decisions, but that decision.
Wait, Alfie.
No, that's not true.
You didn't hear. No. Don't put words in my mouth.
All right. Mr. Kesh, listen. Look, just like I apologize for painting all you Arsenal fans with the same brush, but it was very evident you were talking about the refereeing decisions. Listen. One thing everyone needs to understand is you brought your emotional perspective to your feedback to this to this post-match, where the truth is actually, how good were Aston Villa? Yeah, not just how good were they, how good are Aston Villa? Aston Villa are playing some really good. That move, you're talking about mistakes, Igal. As far as I'm concerned, that was all Traore. That goal was Traore, yeah.
He should have scored as well.
He came out like Superman. When I saw him, he was nowhere in my screen to be seen. And all of a sudden, man latches onto the ball, yeah, and plays that cross. Unbelievable. I thought to myself, you know what? That's not an Arsenal mistake. You just got taken. In that very moment, you were there for the taking.
Terrible defending, Alfie. It was terrible.
No. What you can say is deflection. Fine.
And the goalkeeper tripped over his
own
feet.
problem. Yeah, but deflections are part of the game, Igal. We're not talking about.
No, but you're making it seem like they came into the game, absolutely smashed us 4-0 in the opening minutes. That's not what happened.
But they played one
goal.
You're absolutely right. Igal, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And this is my very next point. My next point is actually Arsenal didn't really play that bad today. Looking at your performance today, you played to your strength. Aston Villa played to their strength, and Aston Villa are better than you. That's what you got. When you say we could have defended better, it's not within the capability of your defenders to be defending better. That's what they gave today. Yeah.
Wait a second. Before you go, Terry, I just want to say, I think Southampton fans would have rather Benderek's red card to stand up because he just scored an own goal. So it is peak. So I think they'd rather it actually not.
Man United have broken Southampton. Do you know what's interesting? It's what I love about football fans, and Igal here is like the epitome. Do you remember at back end of last season, Igal? Do you remember something that happened in a couple of Arsenal games that you won? Do you remember what happened?
What?
Where the opposing defenders and/or goalies made mistakes when you guys put them under pressure, and you said that's because of Arsenal's tactics and our approach to the game. I said, nah, it's just mistakes. They happen. You're like, no, it's the way we press, the way we push. We're forced a mistake. It should be credited to Arsenal. Why would you now not apply that same logic to Villa's goal? 1 minute in or 50 minutes in, they put you under pressure. That led to the mistake. That led to the goal. So either is it mistakes or is it great play from the attacking team? What would you put that down as?
I would say it's a little bit of both in this situation because Traore did a good job pressing and getting the ball. But of course, if Cedric would have played the proper ball back to Gabriel, we would have never been in this issue in the first place.
I'm glad you're learning football, Igal. I'm glad you're learning football.
No, but the reason why I said that, is
that's what Arteta does. We've done it more than anybody else this season. He did 2 games running. You haven't done it since, by the way.
We did it 4 times in a row.
No,
we did it twice against Liverpool. We did it twice against Liverpool. Once against Southampton. Another time, Aubameyang did it too. We did it 4 times.
I've seen Arsenal make 100 bad mistakes at the back in the last 2 years. So that must be there. Is this everyone who's tuned in? Thank you. 5 o'clock. We're going live. I haven't picked the panel yet, but we're doing Liverpool City combined 11. This stream's going to take you straight through to that one. So like it. Make sure it's ready to go. And then at full time after Man United Everton tonight, fingers crossed we win. We're going to be going live as well on the Football Terrace. Remember to check out Manscaped. Get 20% off your products like their razor blade, the Plow. Amazing razor blade. Uses proper razors. Real man thing there. Trust me, gentlemen. You've got a lady staying over and she goes into your bathroom and sees a proper titanium steel razor blade with proper razor blades you have to put in yourself. None of this Gillette's nonsense, but it's all half done for you like instant coffee. They're going to think, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. They'll love it. 20% off now. Use promo code TFT. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless.